Brazil continues to struggle with high coronavirus infection rates and deaths. It's one of the hardest hit countries with more than 400,000 people who've died. The government there is now trying to speed up its vaccination program following criticism that it's too slow. Well, our correspondent Mark Lowen has been looking at the vaccination rollout in one of the most remote areas of the country, the islands of Bailique in the Amazon.
As day breaks over the Amazon, it's a race to protect its people. We're on a journey to one of Brazil's most remote corners, the archipelago of Bailique, following healthcare workers as they deliver COVID vaccines to the isolated communities, overcoming every obstacle. Here, close to the equator, Dominique Oliveira says temperature gauges keep the AstraZeneca jabs inside at -8 degrees. Once opened, they must be used within 48 hours. If you thought rolling out vaccines in cities was tough, this is Brazil's logistical challenge. The government is way behind where it should be, but reaching vulnerable communities is a priority.
It feels like Brazil is trying to go to the end of the earth to inoculate everybody in this enormous country.
The medics land with treasure for the islands. It's house to house to deliver it.
I caught the virus a year ago and I saw death. I drank lemon and ginger tea. We're far from the city and people can't afford to go there. So it's a blessing from God that they came to our homes.
With no hospitals here, this is literally a lifeline to islands already under threat from erosion.
The transmission rate is very high here with poor hygiene. If one gets infected, it can bring down the whole island. They're abandoned by the government, so when we brought the first doses, we all cried because we were bringing hope here.
The fact is that Brazil has the experience of inoculating these cut-off communities. Past national vaccine campaigns against flu, polio, rubella and swine flu have been quick and successful. The problem this time is that it was just too slow to buy COVID vaccines, meaning that deaths have soared and communities were left unprotected.
On one island, they call residents to the school to receive jabs. Traditional villagers learning new methods. But it's all too late for the over 400,000 Brazilians who have died, including the brother of Alacide Correa.
I am so sad. I still can't believe that he's dead. If he'd been vaccinated in time, he would have been saved. The government didn't care about the pandemic at the start. They called it just a little flu. The fact that we are getting the vaccine here is an honor for us.
As the last of the day get their doses, it becomes quite a show. There's vaccine hesitancy in these isolated areas. Maybe the snaps will inspire others. And so a virus shield has now arrived for those here, brought along the mighty Amazon, a source of life. Mark Lowen, BBC News, Bailique, northern Brazil.